That's what's so funny to me. Intimidate is the hidden ability.
Okay.
Oh, and I am paranoid. I'm
What?
on. Just uneasy. Oh, let me get my revives back, and then I'll explain my other thing. Where are the revives? There they are. They were throwing you headfirst into the plot, and I was like, I'm just gonna come back here and grab those revives and just top off. Something like, I used Ogrevon and stuff, and like Kieran wasn't that bad other than like unlucky burn and shit, which was annoying, but I wonder if you had like really slow as fuck negative trick room, like negative speed trick room crap.
The one thing about that is Hydrapple is actually very slow.
Yeah, but I think his has a positive, but I'm talking about...
But because its speed... Even if it has a positive, because its speed is... I think it's like 44 or 45, you would, you know, to outspeed it in a trick room, it's one of those you would need, like, really, really slow, torque level things. Because sitting there, the Pokémon, yeah, none of them off the top of my head, it can learn Trick Room, so it's not like he could have that in his back pocket.
Nothing on his team has Trick Room and can reverse it. The slowest Pokemon he has is the Dragon, which is 44. But there are plenty of Trick Room options, and if he has any amount of positive IVs, then really slow things could offset, especially if you did Iron Ball and room service and shit. Or just come at him with like the absolute slowest of fox, looking at you, Hatterene, with your 29 speed.
Oh yeah, it's one of those funny scenarios where being over leveled at that point, depending on what you're using, might actually create a problem because you might have enough stat growth to be 1 or 2 points faster.
Finally made it. Yeah. Me and the squad. Booyah. Yeah? This is my dog. But this is my dog. That's what they are.
Yeah.
And this is to go even further beyond.
I think eventually in like an interview or something, someone did confirm that like for Groudon and Miraidon, they actually did study the behavior of like a lot of dogs and cats to to animate them.
This is a giant dog.
Like everyone's sad because it was a
oh, fun.
Like everyone's sad because
Wait, can I just jump to the bottom?
There's no loading zones here, probably.
Oh my god, yes!
It's one seamless loading transition, so probably.
Well, I was wondering if the walking would force me into story or if I could just dive into the pit.
That's why I said you would most likely be able to. And
Game isn't. Game is not stopping this.
The only reason I could see them ironically not doing this is for it's like you walk a bit and then there's just a like cutscene to basically just warp you down here.
Hi, Diglett. And Trio.
Diglett dig, Diglett dig.
Trio.
Like when the game came out, everyone, you know, made a joke because they worked off a lot of the same bases and stuff is
on.
because of the way the map works, setting the distance.
It will point you in the
Not down here, it won't.
not the roughly right direction, but that's around the
I
bottom.
was gonna say, based on the icon, I'm pretty sure that's the
The
final.
Zero Lab is the one at the bottom, which is when I jumped all the way down. Just looking for the gate.
Lab Zero did kind of fall off hard, unfortunately. I'm not extending this joke.
Haven't been down here in a minute. It's not.
Then this is one of the areas where
There it is!
I do hate the design of everything down here because of how samey it is. I was gonna say, remember when the game came out, everyone made a joke out, cried on him, right on being like toothless.
Yeah.
Because they animate the same way. Well, that and what didn't help, especially with Koraidon, they actually have a design very similar to Toothless face.
Yes. They use the panel.
I have a feeling one of you is going to backstab me. I don't know who it is.
Yep. Gate is actually locked.
Walks up. Oh, it's open. Can't get. Yeah, everyone just like starts looking. No, a better SpongeBob reference. To open sesame. Well, I've done everything I can.
Okay. There were 4 locks. Oh my god.
Are we gonna have to go? Are we literally gonna have to go up this place backwards?
Indigo just detected. Nope.
Oh.
Let me just put the Blu-ray in the player. Hold on, guys.
I wish I could remember more from the one stage in 03 because I would start making a joke out of it.
Indigo disconfirmed. Area 0.
Oh,
Under depths.
I guess technically the other joke could do would actually be Mega Man ZX, because in the ice level you find that recording of the mining operation that dug up Biometal W, so I guess you can make a joke out of that as well.
And Model A is Model Albert.
Yes.
Definitely not another A character that can steal powers.
Well, remember, Model W is only W in English because he's Vile in English, but he was Vile in Japanese, but because the one character was changed to Vile in the English, they changed it so they wouldn't both be named the same, so it's actually Model V.
Yeah. Shut it.
Phew.
Down, you say? I think so. I went down, but things got incredibly weird. There was an AI, weird machine.
Possible time travel. Though I guess because a bunch of supposed leaks were big fake, or one of those supposed leaks is that it wasn't actually time travel, but I guess that's some pure bullshit.
That's what elevators do. And this is to go even further beyond. Oh my. Oh, hell yeah. Fun.
You're going to be evil and it's like you're so obviously evil and it's not even funny. Like I said, just stab me in the back now.
Written by the esteemed Professor Zona. Massive cavern exists beneath Area Zero, and there slumbers Dropagos, the hidden treasure of Area Zero. Double drop. Its body has become crystal, protecting it from hostile outsiders. It appears that rousing it will take some time. In this cavern, I have witnessed the terrestrial phenomenon occurring in a way I've never seen above ground. Terrestrialization that appears to hold the power of every known type. I have dubbed this Terra type Stellar type for now. Dropagos influence be at play.
Wait, is that fake Latin in the music?
I believe so.
Oh god, that's how you know shit's about to get real. Whenever the game whips out the children singing in a fake language, you know something's... Like how I believe the original 1950s Godzilla used a choir of actual children at one point for its music.
I need a bathroom break though. Okay. Pee break satiated.
Is there actually something down there, or is that just a pit?
I don't know.
Only one way to find out. Cried on Smash.
Pee.
Like, I know it's one of those. I know you know, never been down here, but it's like that's just Glamora. It's like he's just walking around with one of these things.
It was more about the fact that it's glowing.
But that should... Wait.
Of course you have that. Yeah. First, let's see if you have any coverage.
Well, it's Glamora, so it would probably just use... Yeah, Power Gem. Because it just beats you with both of its stab types, so...
Dang it. Oh, fun. I hit it really
Of course they're not going to let you fucking catch that.
No, I'm just commenting that I broke the super energy. And I gotta...
Because it's that type of overworld encounter
Yeah,
where... Why was that the load bearing for this?
What do you mean?
That Glamora was literally keeping the barrier up.
Because it was stellar type.
I'm trying to think, was there ever a game that had, like, you know, a fake language in its, like, music or something that wasn't obnoxiously pretentious, was it? I can't think of any off the top of my head. Wait, the opening song of Forgotten Land is in its fake language. And I believe Panzer Dragoon also loved its fake Latin.
Forgotten Land's opening song is in English. It's just...
No, it is that...
What is it?
Apparently it is supposed to be that in-game language.
I believe the text is...
Oh, well, of course the text is, because the subtitles have to be in English, because I believe people, through the signs in the, like, Wandaria Park and the subtitles of the opening song, that is how people actually deciphered that language.
Yeah. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what is your opinion on Stellar Terra? Personally, I understand why people think Stellar Terra is underwhelming, but at the same time, I think Stellar is interesting, but I do kind of wish that Stellar was a truly neutral type. Like, imagine Stellar basically had no resistances, but it also technically had no immunities, and nothing could beat it. Or they could have balanced it where Stellar Terra beats itself, and then you could have added that one gimmick where it does super effective damage to any Terra type, and that includes itself. And then it could have been this ultimate neutral type where nothing can resist it, nothing is immune to it, it doesn't deal super effective damage at all other than hitting Terra types super effectively, which would be unique. So that would mean you basically become a neutral type, where you basically have no resistances or immunities. This would basically make the Stellar Terra type the ultimate neutral type, And when I say the ultimate neutral type, I really do mean nothing is immune to the type, but the type basically does not have any resistances, any immunities. It doesn't deal super effective damage unless the target is terrestrial. So Stellar Terra can beat Stellar Terra, but then it can super effectively beat any Terra type, but otherwise it's the ultimate neutral type. So you have no immunities or resistances. You don't deal super effective damage, but nothing can stop you from dealing base damage. So you deal neutral damage across the board, and you take neutral damage across the board, which I think would be interesting because that basically means you're a type that truly is neutral. And that would have actually made this type super unique because you basically become this interesting Omni type. And they could have given it a bonus to any type in the game. And then the whole gimmick of Stellar Terra would then basically make Terra Blast the ultimate neutral hit, and you become the ultimate neutral type. Unless you hit something that terrestrial, in which case you deal forced super effective damage. This makes the type a high risk, high reward type because you basically give up traditional super effective damage in order to basically become the ultimate neutral type that hits everything for unresisted neutral damage while taking unresisted neutral damage. So you have no weaknesses, but you have no immunities and no resistances as well. And then you hit Pokemon that terrestrial into something harder, and I think that would balance out. Then they could have also continued to give you stab bonuses for whatever stab types you had before you became Stellar Terra. So you would have something, or they could have given you stab in all types. And I think that would have balanced out this idea a little bit more. You become a neutral type, but it gains stab on any move. That would balance out the type, where you essentially become this unique Omni type that deals stab damage of types it technically isn't, because it's all types together in this unique super neutral form that truly is the ultimate neutral type. And using a gimmick in this way would have been cool because you would have needed to consider what becoming the ultimate neutral type entails, because technically nothing can stop you, but you give up your resistances and immunities, which is a tall order because a lot of Pokemon would prefer to have their resistances and immunities. So you basically become a very unique force, and this could have been offset by stab on anything, which again I think would have been fine, but I've been rambling almost 7 minutes now. So anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.